Bosede Adetunji. By the grace of God, I am life coach, I am leadership coach, and my assignment is to help women to overcome obstacles that faces their life, their purpose, and their mindset in order to live a full potential into wealth and successes, irrespective of where they are coming from. And that is my vision, that is my mission, that is my purpose, to help women overcome obstacles of life, purpose, and mindset, for them to be able to live the full potential that God has proposed for them, and into wealth and riches, into wealth and successes, irrespective of what their their background stories are. And as I said earlier on, we are dealing and going through clues to your rising. And we have dealt with and we have gone through NEST strategy, accountability strategy, gift or vision strategy. Today is leadership strategy. If I may ask you, my viewers, what do you mean by leadership? We want to know what leadership actually is. And if I can ask you, I know you have so many definitions, and this is not your first time of coming across what leadership is. And by the grace of God, I am certified leadership coach. I went through training even when I was already on a platform of leading people. But I see that there are so many things that are missing in our conceptions and our perception to leadership. Most often, I want to go through some of the perceptions that we have, and this is always the traditional way or the norms at which we see leader. We see leader as that strong man. We see leader as, as that man or woman in charge, that is in control. And I want to let you know that this is not the right definition, but this is our conception of a leader. A leader does not have to be in control all the time. A leader doesn't have to have all answers to all questions. A leader is supposed not to be that person that sits at the helm, at the topmost part of the table. Leader can be you. It's always everybody. I am a leader. You are a leader. I might be opportune to carry the vision, but if you really believe in the purpose of why God creates you and me, it's not about me alone. It's about people that I am surrounded with. So many of this perception, for instance, in our political arena, political platform, and that is the reason why we are failing in many of our leaders. We're failing in the expectations we have for them, because what they have for the masses is so different from the expectation of what the masses wants from them. In the political platform, we see leadership as the ability to manipulate people, in order to get, in order to gain, and in order to retain power at the detriment of others. In order to get, in order to gain, in order to enrich, and in order to manipulate people to get to that power. And by the time they achieve all this, they get to power, and you start to see their true picture. This is a very bad conception of who a leader is. If we actually know how leadership can affect our position, we will change our mindsets. We will alter it, and we look towards to who that real leader is. Even in the marketplace, we see that the leadership perception of leadership we have is the ability of somebody to greedily outsmart others to make money. In marketplace, I'm not saying we should not make money through our vision, and that is the purpose of it all. Why are we rendering services? Why are we in products business? It's to make money, but it should not be at the expense of life or status of others. It should not be a greedy one. When we see somebody making it, we say, oh, that person is in a good position of a leader. No, it's not. When the act of greed is there, the act of manipulation is there, the heart of outsmarting others is there, that's not a good perception. If we know who a good leader is, we will easily notice all these traits, and we won't put people in the position of authority. And another perception, even in the family setup. In the family setup, we want to see who the leader of that family is. We want to see that how well a father, who's supposedly to be the head of the house, how well a father can terrorize the mother, the wife, the children, or push or pull his family around. How well a father can trample on the feelings of the family, all because I am the head of this house. Then whatever your feeling is for you. I don't care about your feeling. And we see so many father figures like this. We see so many mother figures like this that all they want is about, their own way of life is about me, myself, and I. The opinion of children doesn't matter. The opinion of spouse doesn't matter. And that should not be the right way. When you are in that position of power or authority, the manifestation of your authority has to go along with people that you are surrounded with. It's not. I'm not saying you should dance to the tune of other things that I'm not going to mention here, but at the same time, because you are overseeing the life of these people, you don't usurp power. You don't turn to be an autocrat. You don't turn to be an authoritative person. So I thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So a leadership strategy to help us in our rising to that topmost position goes a very long way to help us to get to that position and at the same time maintain the stability of that position. Even in the religious sector, it's so tragic to see that in the religious sector, we want to see that the leadership of a religious platform is that owner that can manipulatively hypnotize members, manipulate the minds of members. Manipulate, and the basic reason why this manipulation comes into is all because they want to hypnotize people or the member of the congregation to know that, anything you want to achieve must be by miracle and signs and wonders. They forgot that the miracle that Jesus performed were for the babies, and there were periods that you need to be teaching these people that have been attracted to the congregation with the signs, with the miracles that God have done in their lives. The time to now be teaching them about ways of life, lifestyles, righteousness. You forgot that. And when there's no miracle forthcoming, you as a leader become so wimpy. You start to misbehave because miracles are for babies. I'm not saying there's no room for miracles, because that is part of what people want to see, that you are actually being sent by God. But notwithstanding, the missionary journey is about saving lives. It's about making lives to be better. It's about replicating who that God is in the lives of people. So that makes no wonder many religious leaders go into diabolical ways to bring miracles to their congregation. diabolical ways. So the leadership strategy, how this can be a clue to our rising, to our position in our business, is in our career, is in our profession. We are all praying that we want to get to that apex of that profession or of that vision. But when you get there, what are you going to do? What are you doing before you get there? So the clues that I want us to grab at this point is going to be picked up from this popular song. And at the same time, I don't have copyright to the song, but God ministered to me to pick this clue, the leadership clue from this song. The song says, you came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debts to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Somebody is making emoji of laughter. And how come this song relates to that clue that will make me to rise? I want to sing it again for the purpose of those that doesn't know it. And I'm going to be gentle in singing this. It says, you came from heaven to earth to show the way, from the earth to the cross, my debts to pay, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. You know, the clues in this are like 4 or 5. You will permit me to really rush through this because of our time. The number 1 clue is the first line of that lyrics. It says, you came from heaven to earth. You came from heaven to earth. This song, we usually sing this song to praise God and to reference Jesus, the likeness of whom we want to be. So, and each time we sing this is just to reference God and to put that our Lord Jesus in that position to appreciate his being. So the very first line, it says, you came from heaven to earth. This shows unto us that he has an origin. This story is traceable. We can trace the story of his being, how he came to the world, what he's been doing, how he got to where he is. We can trace him. We can trace his story, where he too can relate with us. He's able to bring the unreal world of heaven onto the earth and paint the picture unto me and you that this is how in my Father's kingdom, this is how things are being done. This is the operation there. We are able to relate to everything that he was telling us through the gospel. Everyone was able to feel him. Even up to now, we are able to relate with his messages. Now the clue is, can I trace you and that your vision? Can your vision is this traceable? That wealth that makes you to be called leader, can it be audited? If the auditor can knock on your door. No wonder many of our leaders, the perception that we have gone through, that we see in our leaders, no wonder many of our leaders are unable to open, they are not accountable to their wealth, how they got to that level of wealth, how they have greedily usurped the power, usurped all the wealth of the city, of the community into their private accounts. But Jesus' story can be traced. If you want to rise to that level of your profession, of your career, let your hands be clean as a leader. Because you want to assume the position of that leader. In that, as you are going forward, can I relate with you or with your vision? Can your vision be a sort of strength to me? Can your vision be a sort of problem-solving vision unto me or unto people around me? Can your vision empower me to birth my own vision? These are the things that Jesus came from heaven to do on earth. We are able to relate with him. He's able to tell us how kingdom of God is. He's able to tell us so many parables. He's able to paint the picture of the kingdom. And I'm able to relate with him. And all those stories, he's able to solve some of my problems. That is the number one clue. If you are yet to get to that level of having the vision that is problem solving, please inbox me for a great coaching section. Because we needed all these perceptions to go down the drain and actually have the exact clue to what a leadership is. The second line of that song says, you came from heaven to show the way. Many of our leaders, are they showing the right way to the level they are? Are they showing the way what to do to the members of their network? Are they really open to really be genuine, to be authentic with their vision? You see how well the leadership strategy can help us to actually rise. And I want to say that line is the main purpose. The very first line, I want to say that is the action plan. Action plan or action move. It came from the earth if it came from the heaven to the earth, is the action plan. Now, to show the way is the purpose. Is the reason why he is here. Oh my goodness. Please give me a few minutes. My battery is running down. Let me just plug this. Let me plug this in. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry for that interruption. So, with that being said, the purpose of Jesus is to show the way. Then the third clue is going to be that the way. Are you actually showing the way to the manifestation of that rising, of that position? Are you showing the way to others? Are you teaching others? And who are the people that you are showing the way to? Are they existing at all? Who are your target audiences? Who are the people that you are mentoring? Who are the people, do you actually know that there are some people that are looking up onto you? Because if we believe that some people are looking up onto us, just like this common word that we always say that we have become the Bible people are reading. They don't have time to read the real Bible. If you really believe in that statement, in that sentence, I want to believe that with that statement already written in our heart, we should be able to be a great leader. Because that should be able to caution us to do rightly. Are you praying to rise, to be like others? Unfortunately, that is what many of us are doing. So person did it, and I must do it. So person did this and did that, then I too must do it. No, visions are different. It can look alike, but it cannot be operated the same way. The third line, it came from heaven to earth to show the way. The third and fourth, it says, from the earth to the cross, from the cross to the grave. Lord, I lift your name on high. That shows the process. And I want to let every one of us know that life itself is filled with process and principle. Are you fulfilling that principle? That principle, you cannot elude a stage of it. The word principle is just like when we are referring to self-development. You want to become a medical doctor, but you are able to get your first degree. You don't want to go to medical school. You want to outsmart, or you want to go through a route of falsifying information. You're going to be a medical doctor to kill people. So it's just like, by the grace of God, I'm a mother. Many of you that are listening to me today are parents as well. When, as a parent, we have, at the point in time, we have our child being given birth to. We don't expect such a child at the 8th day of his or her life to be eating solid. There has to be a process. Every creature under the sun fulfill process, fulfill seasons, fulfill principles. The earth itself is governed by principle. And if we want to outsmart others, that shows we want to outsmart the way how things works. And mind you, don't forget that what you give to life is what life gives back unto you. In essence, what you sow is what you will reap. You can find your way either by crook or whatever to that top. But in the same way you manipulate, is the same way some people will manipulate you to bring you down. A similar story is about Jacob. Jacob was a smart guy. But you know, when God brought somebody that outsmart him, he actually paid the smartness for 14 years. He paid that for that smartness for 14 years. Is that what the journey you want to take? The strategy of leadership is so deep that I cannot even finish it in just this one platform. The fourth line, it says the reason why he came to the earth is the purpose. Then the other side of the lyric says from the earth to the cross, from the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. All these represent the process. And why did he go through? You know, each of these stages, he was actually preaching to us. He was actually teaching us. He was actually giving us the picture of how process is all about, so that my debts can be paid, so that my life will stay. Those are the reasons. So now you want to be that leader, you want to rise. What is the reason? Are you going there to help others to be lifted up? Are you going there to just manipulate as you manipulate to get there and start continuing with the manipulation? Are you going there to kill, to be autocratic? Are you going there to be authoritative? All these are the questions that you needed to answer in your rising, in your journey to rise. That lyric says, for my debts to be paid. He went through all those processes and principles and seasons of life for my debts to be paid. So, whose debts are going to be paid through your rising? If no debt is going to be paid, if some homes cannot say, oh, thank you, Lord, for this life. If some lives cannot say, oh, we appreciate your time over our life. If none of the people around you can benefit from you, then you're not supposed to rise at all. I'm saying it with all my mouth. You better stay where you are, because many lives are in question. And if you're still living the life of me, myself, and I, then you're not supposed to be in the journey of rising. The last lyric says, it's like, Lord, I lift your name on high. This is what I say, I call as the legacy. when people's debts have been paid, when people's lives have turned around, when people's situations have been transformed, then there's this euphoria that people have while you are there to appreciate you. There's this gladness that fills their lives that will make them to remember you even when you're not there. Till rapture will come, we will still be singing that song, and we will still be praising Jesus for coming to the earth. So my dear people, that you're watching me right now, or that you are going to listen to me later, what are the legacies that your vision is going to bring along? How many lives are you going to touch to transform their lives? How many people will be able to sing and rejoice over what you have done in their life? The story of Tabitha comes into my life, into my heart at this time. Bible makes me to know that at the time, Tabitha was sick and she died. Bible makes me to know that the widows that she had affected gathered around her body. They started crying that, oh no, this is not the time for this woman to go. Even though probability of her to be sick have been there, that they've been praying that don't go. But she actually died. It was a crying of others that made the passion to grow in the heart and life of the man of God to pray for her to come back. So will it be said concerning your vision, concerning your dreams, concerning that talent, that when you are not there, they will actually miss you? Or they will actually say, thank God that that person is no more existing? Or will they actually want to follow you to where you are? Will they be able to talk much more about your goodness rather than other side? So this is a clue for us. If you are praying every day or working hard every day, that, oh Lord, make my business to rise, make my profession, make me rise in this profession. Oh Lord, grant me the opportunity to be at the topmost level. What are you going there to do? What are you going? That's the question I want to ask. What are you going there to do? If the passion of people are not there, if you are not empathizing about people's feeling, because the gift is given to you to be a container. And if you as a container, you are not utilizing that gift in a positive way, then there's no need, because what you don't use, you lose. I always say this. What you don't use, you lose it. So that shows how well we can manage ourselves and make a turning point on that mindset. The mindset of seeing some people as the leader when they're actually not the leader. They are not leader. You see them as leader because of the high level they are, but you don't know their history. You cannot relate to where they are coming from. You cannot relate with the vision they are saying they are carrying, and you are not being affected positively with their vision. Then the perception of, oh, kudos, leader, should drop today. It should drop. Let it drop. Then you that is watching me, be that pioneer of the person that will start a new leaf to bring the exact picture of leadership onto the generation that are associated with your dreams. So if you are bold and courageous and have confidence to walk as in WORK, work towards being that leader to that rising position, or you have the opportunity or the confidence to work as in WALK. You walk through this leadership strategy. I know there's going to be life that will be turned around. But if you're unable to get through this strategy as a leader or to become a leader, please give me a call. Give me a call, book a section with me to be your leadership coach, to take you through this journey so that lives will be transformed, so that that pinnacle of influence will be achieved. Lastly, I remember during my training with John Maxwell, he made me to know that as a person, that because you are able to influence people, you are a leader. And he mentioned one statement. He said a good leader is a person that knows the way, that walks the way, and shows the way. I want to repeat that. A great leader is a person that knows the way. He cannot be a blind person to lead you and me. He knows the way, and he actually shows the way to others. He's not a greedy or manipulative person. He knows the way, he shows the way, and walks the way till the end. So that is what I've come to give unto you. Bring it up in your profession. Bring the clues up in your career. Bring the clues up in that place of work among your colleagues. Let it be said that you are a great and true leader that is actually walking towards that rising position. And may you be blessed. And before I go, I always say this statement, that the top is still vacant without you. The top is still vacant without you. And the people that God has surrounded you with, they are still expecting your manifestation at that top. Hey, and me, Bosede Adetunji, will be there to celebrate you and celebrate your purpose. Please and please do me a favor. Refer me as a coach, as a life transformation coach, as a speaker in any of the events that you are surrounded with. Refer me, give me a referral. And before that, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my Instagram, Be Esteemed with Bosede. And actually go through the Facebook and be one of the builders of women's life that is called the Esteemed Woman. God is doing great things among the esteemed woman. Let your sister, let your wife, let your aunt be part of this movement, and it shall be well with you. Again, I am your beloved, Bosede Adetunji. This is the 4th strategy. By this time next week, Saturday, I will come up with the 5th strategy. We are going to 7. This is the 4th out of 7. Until next week, if God tarries, I am your friend. I'm your mother. I'm your sister. I'm everything that a woman is in your life. God bless you. I love you with the love of Christ. Be great in life and be purposeful in life. God bless you. My regards to all. Love you.